Hey guys and occasional girls, my name is GrrrVahrrr and this is Grayish Grey Grayness Blah. I've never seen so much grey in my entire life. 90% of the game is freaking grey. I'm sorry, I just can't process it properly. Maybe I made a mistake finishing a 15-hour game in one sitting, but now I can only remember that it is grey and stupid, but mostly grey. Okay, concentrate. Darksiders was one of the THQ's main franchises before it went bankrupt, and it is usually referred to as Dark Zelda, because it is basically the same game but in a different setting, which isn't a great way to promote your game, but what the hell do I know about marketing? What I know is that the setting is pretty much the only thing Darksiders doesn't borrow from other games, so let's take a good look at it. The game starts with a cutscene and sets the mood for the upcoming adventure. In short, heaven and hell waged war against each other constantly until the Chart Council came to create balance. With the help of 4 horsemen they achieved their goal and bound a treaty with 7 seals. When they get broken, there will be the final war, which is basically the apocalypse, and there are humans in the middle, but no one cares about them. We play as War, one of the 4 horsemen who is thrown straight into the middle of the battle between angels and demons that takes place in a city that looks suspiciously like New York. War is strangely enough attacked by demons and angels who do it for no apparent reason. I don't even understand what War was doing there in the first place. Was he supposed to kill everything? But for what purpose? Later he speaks of balance, and I guess if everybody is dead, there is balance of nothingness. But really, what's the point? Anyway, there are no other horsemen around, so something is clearly wrong. And soon enough, War meets the leader of angels, who is surprised to see him, but gets killed immediately by the demon War now has to fight. But War fails and stands before the council while the player is getting shoved more exposition right into his face.
The law is clear. When the 7th seal is broken, 4 horsemen shall ride forth to punish the wicked. Be they sons of men, lords of heaven, or the dregs of hell. All upon the earth will be judged, and the pact forged anew.
Wait. This is just a mess! Who the hell wrote this? Okay, I have to admit, I like fantasy based upon real religions. I like strange occult nonsense like Cthulhu mythos. I like demons and angels kicking the stupid out of each other, but this is just awful. Right away, what is the point of the apocalypse in Darksiders universe? Is it just an annual brawl between angels and demons which result in the death of all humanity? What is the point in breaking the pact and then forging it anew to restore balance? This only results in an eternal war which never has a final battle. In Christianity, the apocalypse is the wrath of God which is supposed to end everything there is for humanity and can only be unleashed by God himself. While in Darksiders there are just magical seals.
You forget your post, horseman. You forget the law. No call was given, yet the destroyer marched, and there you were found, under his black banner, if the claims are true.
To hell with your claims. The seals were broken. I was summoned.
Then where are the other horsemen? Were they not summoned as well?
And speaking of horsemen, in my understanding the Christian horsemen ride when the first 4 seals are broken, and do that to dispose of the majority of humans. First one is Conquest, who represents war between governments, then War, meaning civil war and mass slaughter, then Famine, basically the result of the first 2, and then Death to finish the rest. How do you even characterize them? They exist for a single purpose. War, for instance, is nothing more than the personification of violence. He just likes to break stuff and kill shit. This is it.
The 7 seals are hidden, as they have been since the pact was forged eons ago. All of them intact. There was no call.
What is the point in hiding them? If you like balance so much or draw power from it or whatever, just place the seals in the council room right in front of you and get the horsemen to guard them. And this is it, the balance will remain forever. But jumping a little bit ahead, all the seals are in heaven and can be easily broken. Isn't it a little bit unbalanced to give a mechanism for starting a big battle to only one side of the conflict? Meaning that the council obviously favors heaven, because They prefer cute angel boys rather than deformed imps, I guess.
I serve only the council, only the balance, as the horsemen always have.
Oh, shut up, War. Instead of punishing War for no reason, they send him to sort things out. Also for no reason. They actually don't seem to care all that much, even War wants to restore balance more than they do. But at least this time the council decides to actually get someone to watch War, so let me introduce you to Dark Navi.
Remember that, or I will really get under your skin.
We go back into the human world. All the humans are dead because the apocalypse happened. Even though it wasn't the official apocalypse because the seals were not broken and the horsemen were not invited. So should we bury the setting now, or wait till it drowns in its own blood? Let's wait. Pretty soon War meets the demon called Samael, who promises to grant him passage to the tower where the main bad guy lives. But first War needs to get him 4 hearts of 4 bosses, and here is the majority of the game lies.
The tower is guarded by 4 of his chosen. Bring me their hearts, and ask me no questions.
About 10 hours and 3 eaten hearts later, we return with a final heart and get access to the tower where we find an imprisoned angel.
The Destroyer sent the mightiest of his chosen against me. I fared no better than you did, horseman, against Straga. Straga, you will take me to him. You have my word. Then tell me what I must do, Angel of Death.
In a lengthy process of freeing him, he reveals the truth behind it all. Abaddon, without the creator's consent, breaks 6 seals triggering the end war, keeping the 7th one safe to make the Destroyer's chosen generals come for a quick killing, while the horsemen would not arrive since it is not officially the apocalypse. Which kinda worked since only War was stupid enough to show up. Because he's War, he wanted to fight and couldn't wait. Boo-hoo.
The seals will be reforged. All will believe that Hell's legions invaded and were delivered to justice by our hand. We broke all but one. Abaddon ordered the final seal not be harmed. He protected it himself.
After beating the boss of the tower, we are taken to Eden to consult the Tree of Knowledge on how to beat the Destroyer. And at the Tree of Knowledge, the final truth is revealed.
Would you serve in heaven or rule in hell?
They knew. How did they?
The best laid plans, or so the humans used to say.
You did this?
You plotted and schemed to call us to this world. I simply took advantage of your initiative.
No.
I will consider this an offering, Abaddon. And you, my loyal servant, join me and take up the mantle of the Destroyer.
No.
Once the throne learns what you've done, you'll be cast down, dragged in chains before the council. You're already damned. So I offer you this choice. Would you serve in heaven or rule in hell?
So, where shall I start? You're telling me that some woman persuaded Abaddon to become Devil himself. Cause, as I understand, in Darksiders the creator is God, and the destroyer is Satan. So, before Abaddon there was no destroyer. Who the hell was in charge then? And what is the point of a plot twist if it twists so hard it gets stuck in its own ass?
Abaddon must be punished. He bends the law to his will, laughs in the face of the council. What proof do we have? The seals are intact. No doubt the angel had help, but from whom? Until we know, we must wait. His act breeds open defiance. The council weakens. How long before we are overthrown? We cannot stop Abaddon, but there are others who might, if they had reason. We dare not send the four. Without proof, there is no justice, only murder. They will see no reason in this assassination. We will send one, for whom vengeance is reason enough.
The council is just ridiculous. Why do people respect its will if they can't even summon the horsemen without breaking the seals they don't have access to? They are just heads, made of stone. Without henchmen they are nothing. Why are they feared then? And what is the point in the argument? Isn't the destruction of all mankind and the full-on war between heaven and hell proof enough that their laws were violated? Funny thing, if you cut out the whole console stuff, the story would make much more sense. Overcomplicating the story always makes things worse. Just keep it simple, guys. Anyways, to kill the destroyer we need the Armageddon blade, which is reforged from 7 pieces that we have to find around the world. By the way, the blade it seems is made of Lego, because instead of reforging it, pieces are just reassembled back together. After getting the blade, we finally get to the last boss, defeating him in his dragon and angel forms to get the conclusion we worked 15 hours for.
You have taught me something, Abaddon. Sometimes duty must be cast aside to do what must be done. It is not for duty that I kill you now.
Uriel. Reap what you have sown, betrayer. You had to know it was a one-way ticket.
Council.
They knew you'd never play executioner because of your precious honor. They let you take the fall. They knew you'd butcher everyone involved to clear your name. And you did.
No!
Patience, whore. I've got some for you, too. I'll take that. If it were to get broken, you might get ideas. Like not going back in your little cage. It's tragic, really. You had freedom in the palm of your hand, and you lost it. What's so damn funny? Even you wouldn't laugh at your own funeral.
I'm laughing at yours.
Next sacramentum. The death oath is complete.
Hell God, bitch! What did you do? No, no, no! I'm going to pull your guts out through your halo! Keep getting up. I'll just kill you again. I was just following orders, like you. What are you going to do? Fight the council? Fight everyone? You'll never get away. You hear me? Never! Don't forget who holds the leash.
I haven't forgotten.
You will be hunted. The White City for certain. The Council, and there will be others. You would wage this war alone?
No. Not alone.
This was the laziest, cliche-filled excuse of an ending imaginable, and plot holes, for the heaven's sake. So the whole I serve only the council thing was bullshit. And the horsemen are just imprisoned by the council. The only way to free them is to break the seals. So why the fuck would they obey the council once they're freed? Fuck it. Forget about everything, I'm fed up with it. Darksiders' story is another pile of bullshit pretending to be an epic with a complex universe, and it is not! All the characters are one-dimensional. War is always a tool in someone's hands. If I had a dog, I would name it War so it would inherit fashion skills with a name. If you're a bad writer, just keep things simple. Look at Mario, it has been surviving for decades on Bowser Steals Princess. Make it kill Satan cause he's bad. And this is it. You have a story that appeals to everyone, and even if people like me start asking questions, there's no arguing against Satan is bad. So the only original thing in Darksiders, the story, is bullshit. Let's hope the gameplay remedies that. And it kinda does.